We know a lot about the Apostle Paul. Probably we know more about him than any other character in the New Testament. He stands at the forefront as a spokesperson about the gospel of Jesus Christ. Let me review a few things that perhaps you didn't know about the Apostle Paul. Paul tells us that he was born in the city of Tarsus. He was born as a Roman citizen. We don't know why. Perhaps his father served in the military and was able to become a citizen, and that passed along to Paul. We know his mother was a Jew. We know also that they were wealthy because they moved him from Tarsus to Jerusalem to have his education. And he was educated at the feet of one of the most wise and intellectual men in the Roman Empire and really in Jerusalem. He was educated at the feet of Gamaliel. That's like saying I studied under Einstein or some other great philosopher. The Apostle Paul had that in his background. But then we learn some things about Paul as we study New Testament history that perhaps most people don't see because it's not written in the scriptures. We know about his physical characteristics. We know that the Apostle Paul was short. Yes, he was short. As a matter of fact, in one of the Acts of the Apostles that describes the Apostle Paul, it says that he was 3 cubits tall. Now what's a cubit? It's 18 inches. Do that, do the math. Paul was 4 feet 6 inches tall. Now that's pretty small. Napoleon was 5'3", and everybody considered him small. So the Apostle Paul was a wee little man, like Zacchaeus. He was a wee little man. He was a scrawny young man, and yet he made up for that by his intellect, and he often bragged about his intellect as he was growing up. He excelled among the Jews. He was the top of his class. He was everything that everybody wanted to be. He was making up for his diminutive physical presence. He took on the aspect of being the persecutor for the church. And so he hated Jesus Christ, hated his name, hated the people that followed the way, that is the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so he took it on himself to be the foremost persecutor of the church. You understand that. You know that from past history. What you probably don't know is some other aspects of Paul's physical limitations.